Hi everyone, welcome back to Life Accounting Growing Pains. We are going to start off the year of creating goals for ourselves and learning how to achieve our goals by overcoming obstacles. Welcome back to everybody, or welcome any newcomers. We want the best us in 2022, so we need to be prepared for obstacles, right? Because we want to be successful, we want to be our best. So, for one, in order to be our best, we need to figure out what our goals are. We need to write down those goals. So, no matter what type of goal, just know that it's not a competition with anybody you know. These are your own personal, private goals. If you want to make them public, you're more than welcome to make them public. Perhaps your goals are to better your relationship, or better your relationship with your children, or maybe get a different job or a better job, or perhaps you want to go to college or save money or lose weight. No matter what your goal is, this is personal, okay? So it's very important for us to achieve our personal goals so we can feel good about ourselves and be our best in 2022. So once we know our goals, I want you to write down goals that are attainable. And I don't want you to write down a whole bunch of goals, because we want to be able to achieve them. So if we write down a whole bunch of goals, then we're going to get discouraged. Maybe not right away, but in due time, before we achieve them, we will get discouraged. So what do we need to do? First of all, once we have our goals done or written down, and perhaps make a date when you want to start that. That way you can kind of prepare your mind of, okay, this is what I'm going to do on such and such date, right? And so you're preparing your mind, even subconsciously, you're preparing your mind of what you're trying to do or what you're going to do, okay? And then, so once you've done that, and you don't have to write a date down. These are just suggestions for you, okay? Because everybody's different. Everybody's growing pace is different, and progress is different. Everybody's goals are different, and everybody's successes are different. Everybody's successes look different. So let's say we decided we want to lose weight. So in order to do that, after writing it down, we want a no-fail environment. So you're like, what does that even mean, Andrea? Well, if you are wanting to lose weight, you're not just going to, the next grocery shopping trip you make, you're not just going to continuously buy all the junk food, all the chips, all the junk food that that's not healthy, right? So you would buy alternative choices or more healthy choices and stock your house with those things, so when you do have a craving, you're choosing something nutritious for you instead of something that puts on the pounds for you. So you want to kind of set up your environment for a no-fail environment. You're like, well, that's easy said as far as weight goes, but what about financial? Well, financial is kind of the same way. You want a no-fail environment. So what you would do is like look at your finances and figure out what is necessary and what is frivolous. What's important to you that you couldn't imagine living without, okay? So maybe you go shopping twice a month for clothes, or once a month for clothes. Perhaps cut that down to once a month. Or let's say you go out to eat every Friday with your spouse, and date night's very important, but your guys' the goal is to lose money, to save money. So what you would want to do is to pull that back in. Instead, maybe make a romantic candlelight dinner at home versus going out. Or have a picnic once the weather gets nicer outside, right? So those are just some kind of no-fail environments. You assess your environment, you make the needed changes, and then you go from there, right? So where you're like, go from where, right? Go where? where does it start? With our thinking, with our attitude. Now, since it's on paper, we need to make it stick in our head. We need to adjust, like we adjusted our environment. We need to adjust our thinking too. How easy, maybe we've even gotten into bad habits. How easy is it to go to a grocery store and then right at the cashier, you grab this or that right off those little shelves they have, whether it be candy, magazines. At different stores, they have random, just crazy things. Oh, even like toenail clippers, or I mean, just random things, or pins or whatever. So we need to not, like, maybe go to the store with a shopping list. So what I'm saying is that once we got to get our mind right. So we need to be like, okay, no, we cannot have that. We're not going to do that. Or instead of telling yourself no, because when we tell ourselves no, what does that feel like? Like something, we're getting penalized for something, right? So you can be like, I choose not to buy that. Because I know when I quit smoking cigarettes, I felt like the only way I could quit is if I told myself, I choose not to. I can do that, but I'm choosing not to do that. I choose to drink more water instead, or have more vitamin C instead, right? I choose a healthier lifestyle for me. It's not that, oh, the doctor told me no. I'm not getting a no from nobody. So I tell myself, I choose to do that. And so once you tell yourself, I choose to do that, versus, oh, I have to do it this way in order to achieve that goal. It's not a good idea to say I have to either, right? We need to say I get to. Like it's like I get to go on vacation. It's never like, oh, I have to go on vacation. No, I get to go on vacation. I get to save money in order to XYZ. Maybe buy the new shoes, to go on your walking journey, to lose your weight, right? So those are like little steps, or little goals, small goals. However, so we can't tell ourselves no. It's a choice that we're choosing. We're adults, we choose. Then we also, I get to go do this. I get to go do that. Or I choose to do this. Or I choose to do that. So it's all about also perspective. How many times have we heard, oh, the glass half full? See, that's a positive, versus saying, oh, it's half empty. Well, yeah, it's factual. It is half empty. However, it is also half full, right? So our glass is half full. So we just need to fill the other half with positive, more positive stuff. The more positive you are with yourself, and the more positive you can start thinking about yourself, the less depression you will have. The less weight on your shoulders you will have. If you can just, and you know what, depression's a whole different topic altogether. I know I have depression, PTSD, anxiety, a chain of things. However, I'm not saying, oh, you got to be positive, otherwise you're a bad person, or depression got you beat. No. However, I just know that negative attitude can make your depression worse. Okay, so we don't want that. We want healthy choices, healthy thinking, healthy lifestyles, and successful 2022, right? Be our best in 2022. So now we're getting our thinking done. We identified what our goals are. We wrote our goals down. Now we made our environment a no-fail environment. You're like, now what do we do? Now it's time to take action, right? It's time to take action and be like, okay, I'm ready to do this. And then whatever you do, you just have to stay consistent at it and work at it. Change takes effort. Let me repeat that. Change takes effort. You never knew how much effort it took to stop smoking. Not doing something takes effort. Isn't that sound funny? Because usually it's like, man, I gotta go I gotta go do this or that, right? So that's like a lot of effort. But not doing something truly does take effort. It truly does. Not eating that ice cream takes effort. Not smoking takes effort. Not spending on on a whim, whenever you want, spin. Not doing that takes effort. So now, since we've talked about those things, about those obstacles, and kind of addressing them, I also want you to think about what we are going to talk about in our next video. We're going to talk about how to get prepared for those next obstacles. So did you know that we all have a common obstacles, right? You're like, yeah, we all have common obstacles. But for real, we all have common obstacles. And we will talk about those common obstacles in our next video. And then not only are we going to talk about them, we're going to figure out how to be prepared. Because the more you're prepared for an obstacle to come, or more equipped, the better you can deal with it. The better you can it's not going to be an obstacle, right? But it's also about perspective. However, just stay tuned for our next video so we can talk about the common obstacles and how to get equipped, prepared, and get ready for them, or think about them at least. So I will see you on the next video, and thank you so much for tuning in to Life Accounts and Growing Pains. See you next video.